before getting into the process of how to ace the job interview, first let's understand what is an interview. The interview is a one-to-one communication or a one-to-many. To understand the, if you see it in two ways, the interviewer will understand what are the skills, qualifications, and experience does the candidate hold, so that he fits the job role perfectly. And for the candidate point of view, that there is the interviewee, it's like to express the same, and also ask few questions about the company. And it's a one-to-one, or sometimes it may be a one-to-one, sometimes it may be a panel which is sitting with 3 or 4 members, or you might have virtual, all types of things. So what is the objective of it? Objective of the interview is to find the right candidate for the organization. And what is your objective as a candidate who is attending the interview is to perform and showcase all your skills, abilities, and qualifications in a given amount of time effectively, so that they think you are the best fit for the role. So that is the objective of the. So these are the frequently asked questions which mostly you all know. These are the common questions which I have jotted down, and there might be some different based on the profile, or the category, like if it is a marketing profile or if it is an IT kind of a profile, you will come to know that. So these are the ones, and for these you can practice it. You will find it online how to answer the questions, and don't just blindly mug it up. Just try to explain it in your own ways. The moment you try to remember how to say, if they ask you, why should you hire you, and if you give it an AI kind of an answer, yes, you have to hire me because I have all these skills and all. No. Understand the crux of it, how to answer it, and put it in your own words. The more you focus on remembering and trying to answer, that's where you lose the flow. And once you get a break, that's where your confidence level goes down. So I would suggest this: know the answers for that and frame it as per your communication levels. Don't be making jargons, don't be the Shashi Tharoor of English. Just put it in simple and crisp, short and simple. Yes. Okay. And these answers you need to practice as much as you like. The best ways to practice are either involve a colleague or your family member and tell them how you're answering, or the best way would be to practice in front of a mirror. The reason why I ask you to practice in front of a mirror is you will know how your facial expressions are. Are you answering them in a panic mode, or at least having a smile on your face? Or just because you have read somewhere that you should always have a smile on your face, at what level of smile you have to have? Not giggle, just a warm smile. So you'll also come to know while practicing in front of a mirror, is my smile being fake, or is it an organic smile that I am portraying? So practicing in front of a mirror is the best option where you can evaluate yourself. So that's how actors and all, they practice in front of a mirror, right? Actors like Amitabh Bachchan, Kamal Haasan and all, they have practice into a mirror because they want to know their diction. That's where they get that, okay, this is not how I should act. So that's how you have to prevail, and that's the standard for everything, not only for acting, it's also for interview, so that you can evaluate. There is nothing more crucial than self-evaluation. Yes, your friends and colleagues may be partial towards you, so that you shouldn't lose confidence. But when you know true to yourself that this is not what I have, is this how I look in front of interviewer? So that's when you start realizing what are your mistakes, and you will start correcting them. So there is the first process is called the pre-interview preparation. This is the first phase of the interview process. This is where most preparation is required. First thing is approach to a research. What is approach to a research? So when you apply for a job role, you go through a lot of websites, or you go to the job descriptions and all, and you apply for a job. Before going to the job, what is the research you have to do? First, you need to find out the vision and mission of the company. How many of you have noticed when the first video was playing about the Wadhwani Foundation, was there a vision and mission mentioned? Yes, no? Can you put it in the chat, please? Awesome, Anand Singh, thank you. Great, everybody has noticed. So, why is it so important to understand the vision and mission of a company? First, let's understand what is mission and vision for a company. Say, for example, take a small brand, take a brand which is say Haldirams is a brand, right? What is the mission of the company Haldirams? The mission is to make authentic, tasty, and quality vegetarian products available in the market, right? That is a mission. What is a vision? Vision is always a long term. Vision is to be a leadership, to maintain leadership in the market as well as globally. So this is their mission. So what they will do to reach that vision is called the mission. So by reading this and understanding the vision and mission of the company, you will also understand where to align yourself in the answers which you give to the interviewer, saying that, okay, say for example, you are working for a product-based company, okay, and it has a community kind of a service thing which you are already aligned to. So you can also say that, why should we hire you? Then you could also say that, sir, I have gone through the vision and mission of the company and also the service community services which you do, and one of the service which I like is so and so, because I also have done the community service way back in my college as a corporate kind of responsibility which you are doing here. I was doing it back then also. So this all not only helps me to be a part of this organization, but also be a part of the community service which are extending to the community. So that's when you gain a brownie points, because most of them will be focusing only on the subject, what kind of technical questions or what kind of subject related questions would you, but these things, amalgamating them into your answer is where you earn the brownie points. Second thing, job description. If I ask you, how many of you applied for more than 5-6 jobs, and is it the same resume which you have sent to every company? Most of you would say yes, it's the same format which I have, and every company I have sent the same CV. That's not how it works. To gain the chances of getting an interview call, or getting hired, or being standing out apart from the crowd, first read the job description and make necessary changes according to that, so that it aligns along with the job description. The reason why I'm saying that is, some companies, if you have, say for example, there are 1,000 applicants, now it is also a tiring job for the HR, also for the hiring manager to go through all that. So sometimes companies, what they do, they will shortlist by the keywords like leadership skills, management skills, and if you write, I have done a project on this and this, that will not be useful. So try to use all those words in such a way that it also aligns with your actual profile. Don't just overshoot saying that, oh, he used this word, so I should also use it. If it matches, okay, I'm sure at least 3 to 4 will match. But you should also prepare in such a way that when they ask that, you should also give some data or some information about that at the time of interview, right? So that's one. And always practice interview questions. As I said, not only the earlier questions about introducing yourself and everything, about what kind of, every role has a particular set of questions which will be commonly asked. What kind of a team I will be working with, and my team members gurinchi telustundi, వాళ్ళ vast background gurinchi telustundi. So we have say for example, we have a mix of people from IT and also from management. We have project leaders from so and so technology and so and so technology. Then you will have an idea, rough idea, I'll be working with these many people and these many technologies. I should have at least a basic knowledge of all these. So you also are a master of your own technology. You should also have a basic knowledge of the other things, because usually IT, because most of you are from IT backgrounds. So these are the things which you have to prepare. What are the 4 things? Approach. Always know. See, it's like a going into a war without knowing your enemy, right? The chances of you getting defeated are more. If you know your enemy in the war, you will beat him. Also, the same thing. If you go blind to an interview, you can't expect what kind of a questions you are getting. But if you are well prepared, at least if the question is half known to you, at least you can answer that, and rest you can cover it up. And second thing is job description. Whenever applying for a job, please ensure you have a tailor-made resume for that particular job role. And next is prepare to ask questions. So never be ashamed to ask questions. And nothing wrong. No question is silly or foolish. So first thing in చేయాలంటే have a good night's sleep the earlier night. The more nights of sleep ఉంటే you will be more fresh, re-energized, and you will be feeling active. మీరు నైట్ దాకా ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యి పొద్దున్నే మళ్ళీ లేచి ఫ్రెష్ అయ్యేసరికి యువర్ ఫేస్ లుక్స్ డల్ అండ్ యుల్ లుక్ టైర్డ్ అండ్ యుల్ నాట్ బి యాక్టివ్ ఆల్సో. అది ఫస్ట్ చేయాల్సింది. అండ్ ఈట్ రైట్. సెకండ్ థింగ్, బీ పంక్చువల్. పంక్చువల్ అని ఎందుకు అంటున్నా అంటే నా లైఫ్లో ఒక మోటివ్ ఉంటుంది, బీ హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఎర్లీ దాన్ బీయింగ్ అ మినిట్ లేట్. ద రీజన్ బికాస్ మనం హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ లేట్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎవరు పట్టించుకోరు, ముందు వచ్చినప్పుడు ఎవరు పట్టించుకోరు. టైంకి ఉన్నామా అనేది చూస్తారు, లేదు అంటే ఒక్క మినిట్ లేట్ అని లేట్ బై 1 minute అంటారు. సో మన మీద ఆ క్వశ్చన్ రాకూడదు, మన మీద ఒకళ్ళు వేలెత్తి చూపించద్దు. అది కూడా ఫస్ట్ డే రోజు. ఫస్ట్ ఇంప్రెషన్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ ద బెస్ట్ ఇంప్రెషన్, రైట్? సో బీ ఆన్ టైం. అది కూడా ఎందుకు అంటున్నా అంటే హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ ఎర్లీగా ఉండండి, దానివల్ల అడ్వాంటేజ్ చెప్తాను మీకు. For example, you are traveling from one town to the city, or within the city, it's a long journey from one end to the other end to reach the company to the venue. So you have a plan in mind, okay, the journey takes around 2 hours. If I start now, I'll be there. Always take another hour and a half buffer, because you never know, there might be a big accident and the traffic might have been jammed. If you have that buffer time, you can reach it on time, even before only. So you can't predict the things which will happen right on the road. You also know that. Second thing, if it is a say for example, if it is a monsoon or if it is a summer season, you are attending interviews, because most of the interviews are conducted at these times only. And if you are going by public transport or your own vehicle, you get sweat, everything, and if you reach half an hour before, you get time to let out that heat, get fresh. Of course every company has air conditions, right? Or even the hotels which they conduct interviews and all the what you call venues, they all have air conditioners, so you can at least get freshened up. Nobody would like to go to an interview with a sweaty face, right? So that will give you the time to cool down, refresh. You can go and wash your face, drink some water, and then sit aram se for a while. And second thing is, when you sit there, you'll have other of your future colleagues or friends who are already there sitting. Don't just be numb. Sit quiet. Try to interact. The reason I'm saying this is, if you sit silent for half an hour, say you reach the venue half an hour before, and your time is, say for example, 2:00 in the afternoon, you reached at 1:30 p.m. So if you sit idle for 30 minutes, and when they call your name, you will go into the interview room. Immediately, if you want to speak, your tone wouldn't be as good as that. No, it will be on a lower note, because your voice cords are taking rest for a while. It will not immediately go to a medium or a above level. It will always be starting from a lower level. At the same time, if you keep interacting with others, knowing about which college they are from and interacting with them, your tone will be maintained in the particular frequency. So that will that will be an advantage to you when you enter the room, so that it will not be an embarrassment for you. It's a squishy voice. Or if they ask you, talk a little louder, then it is You'll take it. Oh, okay, fine. I can't even talk louder. So that's how you will feel. It will actually demotivate you only. I'm not saying that talk all for the last half an hour. Keep interacting. Every few minutes, say hi, hello. So that is also an advantage, and that's most things which people common mistakes which new candidates who attend interviews do is they keep quiet. So don't do that. Second, attire. Be well dressed. Well dressed in the sense, I don't mean that buy all the branded stuff and all. Whatever you have, ensure you're neatly presentable, right? And grooming. Even if you have a beard, nowadays corporates they don't even mind if you have a beard. If you have a beard, at least make sure that it's trimmed, right? Trimmed, or you apply some gel to your beard so that it's not too blushy. So these are the things, because at the end of the day, first impression is the best impression. So these things matter a lot. So this is the final day. Your job is not done just because you attended interview and you came back home. Always remember, always try to follow up, because you might sit idle. Okay, fine. If I get selected, they will call me either for the next round, or they will contact me if I got selected. సో మీకు ఒక హెచ్ఆర్ నుంచి ఒక మెయిల్ వచ్చి ఉంటుంది, దాంట్లో ఒక ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి ఉంటుంది. సో నేనేమంటున్నా అంటే, దెర్ ఇస్ అ రూల్ 5, 15, 30 ఇంటర్వ్యూ, ఆర్ సే 1, 15, 30 అనుకోండి. ఇంటర్వ్యూ అయిన నెక్స్ట్ రోజు, అంటే ఇంటర్వ్యూ అయిన తర్వాత day 1, ఆ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఎవరైతే మీకు కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉన్నారో ఆ కంపెనీ నుంచి, ఒక హెచ్ఆర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ కానీ లేకపోతే హైరింగ్ మేనేజర్ కూడా లూప్లో ఉన్నారనుకోండి, వాళ్ళకి ఒక మెయిల్ వేయండి, thanking them for giving you the opportunity and you're looking forward to go to the next round, or hearing from them. దీని బట్టి ఏమవుతుందంటే, it will tell, I will not say that it is 100% yield results, but it makes a difference. There are some small things in life which add value, which give you a boost. That's a good thing. I mean, it will add value. That's what I'm saying. It is a good practice also. So that's one. So don't get negative thoughts overtake you. Did we start walking as soon as we are born? No, it is a gradual process. And just because you have walked, did you start running the next day? No. The same thing. It's a process. You should accept the fact. Okay, ఒకటి పోయినంత మాత్రాన ఉంటా లేదు, ఇంకా చాలా కంపెనీలు ఉన్నాయి, ఒక కంపెనీనే పోయిందంతే. ఈ కంపెనీ మీరు రిజెక్ట్ చేసిందా అంటే, మీరు రిజెక్ట్ అయ్యారని తీసుకోమాకండి. మేబీ ఆ జాబ్కి నా స్కిల్ సెట్ సరిపోదు అనే పాజిటివ్ మైండ్లో ఉంటే యూ విల్ గో ఫర్దర్. లేదు, ఐ గాట్ రిజెక్టెడ్ బై కంపెనీ, ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎ రిజెక్షన్. దేర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అండ్ యువర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ డిడెంట్ మ్యాచ్. దట్ డజంట్ మీన్ దట్ you are not competent, or you're insufficient for any other role, or your talent is not sufficient for any other company. So don't be overstressed and don't get into the negative thoughts, and always remember, great things take time, right? Quality కావాలంటే, ఇప్పుడు say for example you need to get a furniture done, a nice dining table, but you want it in next day. What you will get? If you give him ample time and you want the best quality, best design, because design takes time to carve it and to polish it, to make that finish. It takes time. At the end of the day, your approach, see, I'll apply for the, meanwhile I'll also apply for the next this thing. If this comes, I'll also apply that, and I'll also attend the second round of this interview. Waves are inspiring not because they rise and fall, but because each time they fall, they never fail to rise again. See, there is a saying, it's okay to dream and aspire that your life should be a bed of roses. Nothing wrong in it. But to think that not even one thorn should poke you, now that's superficial. That's not the right attitude, is what I would say. So have a positive attitude and the right attitude. See, some things are in your, so there is a concept called circle of influence and circle of concern. Now, today I want to go and meet Shrang in Delhi. So what should I do? I should book a flight ticket or a train ticket, and then go there, get a cab, go to his office or home and meet him, right? Now, This is circle of concern. So, sorry, this is circle of influence. I can influence this thing, my outcome. Now, I want Hrithik Roshan to come and knock my door tomorrow morning and offer me a role. Is that possible overnight? No, because for that it is a concern, but you can't do anything, right? Say for example, you all have bikes, right? The prices of petrol are increasing day by day, and your pocket money is this much or some amount. Now you can't ask your parents for more. So what is that you can do? What is there in your hands? You can limit the usage of your travel, right? Now you can't expect prices to fall down all the way to the half, right? That is away from your influence. You can't influence the prices of petrol. What you can do is you can limit your travel time, or you can go by walk. If you're meeting a friend close by, you don't need a bike, you can go by walk. So these are the things. So don't fight for things which are not in your control. ఓకే, ఇంటర్వ్యూకి అటెండ్ అయ్యారు, అప్లై చేశారు, ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యారు, అటెండ్ అయ్యారు, అక్కడ వరకే మీ పని. తర్వాత అయ్యారు సెలెక్ట్ అయ్యామో లేదా అనేది ఇట్స్ వాట్ యూ నీడ్ టు డూ, గో ఫార్వర్డ్ విత్ పాజిటివ్ యాటిట్యూడ్. సో దిస్ ద థింగ్. సో ఇట్స్ ప్రాసెస్, సైకిల్ till you get a job, and I am sure in couple of years down the line you will be the people who will be conducting interviews and selecting the next future generations, right? Thank you all. Thank you Shrant, thank you Ruchika, and thank you the audience for giving me this time. It has been a wonderful session. I hope you all get placed soon, and all the very best.
So question is that several people are asking that how do we address this question that comes in the interview, that what are your strengths and weaknesses? What is the best way to answer it?
So yeah, before knowing the way to answer it rightly, let's find what is the wrong way to answer it. If you say I don't have any weaknesses, then everybody knows we are faking it, right? Everyone has their flaws, everyone has their strengths, but you should put it in such a way that say for example, I'm a task oriented person, where if I try to finish it in a defined time, and if it is not done, then I'll go an extra mile and do it, even though it is time. It will give a opinion to the employer saying that okay, if the task is not, he's always focused to do it within time, and if there is any in between nuances which the time work is not done, he doesn't mind going a mile to complete it. One thing. So that's how you need to, even though it is a weakness, you are saying it is a weakness because you are work oriented or you are a workaholic, but you define yourself a timeline and you do it. That means you are dedicating your time, your energy, your dedication to complete the task within that time. And if some nuances, some external influences come in and the project or anything is not done, the defined work is not done, to get it done. So that would be the point also. You are saying that you are task oriented, at the same time you are also telling him that you are open to work and go an extra mile to get the work done. So that is what a company would be expecting from the candidates. So what is the next question?
Excellent. So the next question that we have is that I know you touched upon it, you addressed the most frequently asked questions, and we have a participant asking that, especially in BPO industry, what are the commonly asked questions? If you have an idea about that as well, Vamseedhar.
Yeah, the thing is, that's what I'm saying, guys. Always ask the right questions at the right time. Now you could have the thing which you typed in the chat box, you could have done it on a Google search also. right? Still, what are the frequent asked questions? Flexible. Are you ready to work flexible hours, or are you open to work in a changing shifts, or are you willing to work in US or UK time zone? So based on different uh, job descriptions, you can. So it doesn't mean that it only in say for example, if you are in IT, not only people, even if you're in IT, if your client is in US and it is a Sunday for you and it is a different day for him, it is a holiday for you and it is a working day for them. The kind of festivals we have in India, they don't have it. So we have to be at least updating them. If it is a crucial project and it is in the final phase, need to keep working. So that's what they will ask. So such kind of questions they might ask you. Say BPO, they might ask you to write or speak for 2 minutes on a given topic to test your language skills or your typing or anything. So based on, so that's what I'm saying. Say if it's a BPO, an IT, or a marketing, or tester, a developer, you have all the things available online, wherein you can Google them, and if you ask Google what are the commonly asked questions for a developer or a BPO or a team leader in a BPO, you get all the questions which will be there. So there is no, nowadays you can find everything in Google, right? That's why we call it Google Mata.
Absolutely, and our students also have this wonderful access to My Interview Coach, which is a free tool available in their learning platform. So they can also ask the coach about the frequently asked questions, practice with the coach.
Yeah, that's a very good, and that's at the palm of your hand, right? Even if you're traveling, just to rather than wasting time on seeing reels and other stuff, we can actually do this.
Yeah, thanks. So we'll take quickly couple of questions and then jump on to the quiz now, which is the last part. So Vamsi, the next question that we had is that we had Tabassum asking that how do we address this question that why are you applying for this position? And I think that's a very good question that she has asked.
So yeah, why are you applying for this job or interview? So you can say that you have seen the job description. That's why I mentioned job description. So if there is a job description which has mentioned that there is some requirements needed from a candidate point of view, how will you align your present experience with the job requirement thing, and also align it with the mission and vision of the company? So that's what I said. Every interview, every CV should be tailor-made to face such kind of a questions, right? So you might say that say for example, I mean, it differs. Like if you ask me as a marketing kind of a guy, if somebody asked me, why did you apply for this company? I said I am looking for a opportunity to put my experience, because I'm not a fresher. So I'll say that my experiences, my learnings, which align well with your vision and mission of the company, as well as also suit your job description, so that we can grow together, or I can make significant contribution in the success of the company. So that would be a good answer. Saying that you should also have researched the mission and vision, the job description, as well as your expertise, your skills, your projects. So, and you need to make it in such a way that it should be like acceptable. You can't just just throw it like something which it should not be like fake, right? It should be acceptable to the listener also. So answer it in such a way.
So we have MN Sai, who is asking that if you do not know the answer to a question that we have been asked in an interview, how do we tackle such a situation?
Honesty is the best policy. Tell them you don't know it, but you will sure learn about it and you will come back. As simple as that. The reason, because if you try to fake it and you blabber for, I don't know, 2 minutes trying to hit around the bush, and it is not what they are looking for, and you are nowhere close to what they have asked, then you are going to lose your points and also your credibility in front of the interviewer. So if you don't know about the question, accept it. It's nobody knows everything, guys. We are still learning is a process. So the thing is, humbly accept it and say, I will know about it, I will learn it, and I'll come back to you post this interview.
Yeah.
Simple.
Very nice. I love that a lot. That answer it honestly and then tell them that you'll learn about it and you'll come back. Nicely said. Thanks. So we have Afreen who is interested in knowing about your success story and how did you overcome fear. I'm sure you would have had your set of fears when you had started to apply for jobs, especially your first job. So do you want to share your success story?
Sure. So I joined my PGDM in Bangalore in 2018. That's when the recession was hit. So everybody was like, at this time you have joined by putting in money, and there is no guarantee that you will get jobs because every company is laying off and everything. And for your understanding, guys, I'm a BTech in computer science, and I joined a PGDM, that is management, because I want my profile to be versatile. Because I was expecting a time where if you are only a master of one, you are gonna be forgotten. Because if I have a BTech and MBA, that's what I thought. If I go to an interview, even in the recession time also, if he says, why should we hire you? I'll tell that I'm also a marketing and also a computer science. So you can have two of my best qualifications in one package. So that is an added advantage for me. If there are 10 candidates who have applied and only 2 of them are from management and science background, then we will have a leverage, right? If they want a manager who also has done a management course, who knows HR and marketing and everything, how profit and loss works, because every project also, even in IT, profit and loss is calculated on the project cost and everything. So I'll be an added advantage. That's what I thought, and my only few companies were coming in at that time. Most of my colleagues, they were scared. Sometimes you need to be honest, and you should have that confidence with you as well. If I have spent this much of money, I should need at least this much of a package to be selected for. So there are only last 3 companies in the placement cell, and there were 3 companies. First was Shell, second was Lexipens, and third was Virgin Mobile. Shell, I have given the written test. Lexi, I went to till the last round, and when I was at the last round, I got a call from my friend that evening Virgin Mobile is coming to the company, for the college for conduct the interviews. It was unannounced, so I had to think whether I should attend the Lexipens or I should ditch it and go for the Virgin Mobile. I took a calculated bet, to be frank, and I dropped the Shell final round and I went to college to attend the Virgin Mobile. The fact is that they have only come for 2 positions, and after interview, when they were announcing the first 2 names, I thought, the kind of butterflies in the stomach, the inability to listen, what is happening in front of you, but there are no sounds. Even I went through that phase. And that's when the third name was announced, and I don't know, everybody was clapping. I was just looking at I was able to notice, but I was unable to understand what's happening. Then everybody was like pushing. My colleagues, my friends were standing in a line, and they were saying, "Tera bari hai, tera, tu select ho gaya, tu select ho gaya." That's when I was like, took a deep breath, and then I came into my senses, and that's when I realized that after interviewing me, they have pushed their budget and hired me. So that's the impact I created in interview, and that was my first interview. So that's how it started. The first company was Virgin Mobile. I come from a small town. I was born in Vijayawada and I was brought up in Khammam. So it's a small town back then. And now my first company was a UK's top company, one of the top companies, Virgin. And then I moved into Tata, which is one of the India's top company. And now earlier after that I moved to Apple, which is US top company. So I wouldn't have known that, coming from a small town, I would work for such beautiful companies in the future. So it all adds up to one thing: is, do you have the confidence? Now, when you in the future down the line in 3-4 years, if these guys who are attending the session are taking an interview to hire a candidate for the team, when they see themselves in the other candidate, be compassionate, right? If you see, he's always find subject over, give importance to the subject. Say, for example, if you are a coder and you are unable to express it in English, ask them, is it okay if you can you can write the code and show them? You can write the code, but you can't tell how to write a code in English. But ask them, if you want to explain it, can you do it in your mother tongue? What's wrong in it? Right? So, language should not be a barrier. Your appearance should not be a barrier. Your family background should not be a barrier. All that matters is your confidence and how you build it, and have patience. Keep working. One or the other day, you will hit a jackpot.